out there watching. Thanks for tuning in. I definitely after the fact because I didn't spread the news that I was streaming, but I've been having this idea in my head, and I wanted to make sure something's wrong with the audio. Let me check on that. Okay. I feel like it was doubling up and I didn't need it to do that. Let's see. Nope. Okay. That should still be going through. I just don't need to hear it on my end. Okay. So, I've been having this these ideas floating around in my head, so I wanted to put them out there. So it's like a few ideas that two of them very similar, and then a third one that's not as, I don't know, you'll see. So here's the first idea. Well, here's the idea for the beginning of the tune. So all the instruments are, it's a big band. I want to show you some of the specifics actually that I've got going on. So I've got a big band with a soprano. That doesn't really need to be. There we go. And a bass trombone, which I always have to like pick out because Finale doesn't come with a jazz bass trombone. Then electric guitar, like normal, but an electric bass as well. And I've got this. I'm hoping the bass player can have this synth. That's just a fretless bass with. I've got this whatever filter this is cranked. To make it more kind of synth sounding. Yeah, this didn't help a whole lot, so I didn't mess with this. But yeah, you can kind of hear that. Bow. That filter sweep. That's really the sound that I am wanting. Yeah, this kind of starts taking that away. Okay, so I want that, and I've got all this stuff set up. But basically, if the bass player has a synth pedal, that would be perfect. So let's start. I'll just start playing this is the first idea. And while that's playing, I'm going to try and do all the social media stuff. Okay, so you can hear the first idea there. Sorry, that was a little repetitive. I was, like I said, doing the social media things, but that's the sort of foundation for this first idea. All right, I got the link out there. So so hopefully everybody can find it as soon as possible. So here's the foundation for this first idea. I really haven't developed a melody to go over this yet. Um, I haven't decided. I worked on this some last night, and I've kind of, like I said, laid out as much foundation. I laid out the foundation of this as much as I had like imagined it. So this is as far as it's gotten in my head. I haven't thought about a melody except for last night after I worked on it and I was going to bed. My brain was like, why don't you do a sort of chromazone sort of thing, like by Mike Stern, Chromazone. And let's see if I can. Oh, you know what? What would have been perfect is I actually, at some point, made a um, started a big band chart on Chromazone, and it would have been really funny to pull that up. I think if I so that's the beginning of Chromazone, and then the melody comes in right here. Okay, so you can hear the melody there. It's very chromatic, just like the name suggests. Um, so yeah, I thought about a melody like that. That might be cool to write. We're in F minor here. Chromazone is in B flat minor, just in case it matters. But I do realize, oh, I was going to show you all the instruments. So I did the bass. I wanted to show you this, the drum plugin I'm using because it is amazing. It is called Virtuosity Drums. It was a free plugin, I'm pretty sure. It might even be a separate, no, it's not in there. It's not a separate one in there. But let's see, 10, here we go. Go to the controls, there we go. Full kit by Versilian Studios. So look that up. This kit sounds incredible. You've got bass drum. Sounds so good and jazzy. Um, you have the version that works with Finale is a little bit simplified because Finale doesn't, Finale has a lot of MIDI notes to worry about. So it's a little simplified. But if you use this in some like recording software or something, like it's amazing. It has so many options. You've got one bass drum that's just normal, and then one bass drum that has the snares going off in proximity, so whichever one you want, if you want the clean bass drum sound, even though you got the snares turned on for the song, mix it up. Also great if you use an electronic drum set and you're going through using it with a device. You can load this up and have your electronic drum set play through this. So yeah, you've got, this is the I think this is the regular one. Yeah, anyway, you can do stuff like change the tuning of the drum set so you can turn it up just a little bit, you know, by either dragging it just tiny little bits. You could actually hear it tune up just a tiny bit there. Or you can use your scroll wheel and do it one notch at a time, you know. You can get pretty high with that, or have a super wide open. So I have my I might tune the kick down actually. I like that tuning a little better. And then you can tune them all separately or all together, so I could crank the snare up just a little bit. Where's that? To make it have a cool sound, but it is already pretty high. If I did anything, I might lower it. But that's the one thing I don't kind of like, the tuning mixture. But yeah, you got all the dynamics, all this snare roll stuff. You can, that just sounds really great to me, width and everything like that. Anyway, this epic knob adds an octave down to everything, I think. Yeah, and it adds a sub octave copy of everything. So there's that too. Anyway, I'm using that on the drums. I'm doing 2 trumpets here. So they sound like that. It's not, there's not a, what's this? Oh, that's nice. That might be helpful. Add a little bit of that. Whatever that is. Not that. That sounded terrible. Sounds terrible. And I don't know. Oh, the mod wheel is going to be volume information from Finale, so I can't really mess with that. Alright, well, I'll crank the filter on that. I'm going to do the same thing. Wow, I didn't realize that made such a huge difference on there. Maybe I'll go like, maybe I'll just go at 50% and see how I feel about it. All these with the soprano that's turned way down right now. I don't know why it has that. Such a terrible sound. Like an attack? It sounds really bad, but there's not much I can do about it. So anyway, soprano sax, and then I've got 2 flugelhorns. I don't know why I have a huge equalizer on that. Huh. I didn't realize this had all these controls on it. But I'm gonna turn those off. Huh. Okay, flugelhorn has some extra options. How about the trombone? Yeah, not as much goodness on the trombone. But I guess this filter level thing matters? No options for the electric guitar. Oh, never mind. Even less for the piano. Oh yeah, and I had to put tuba solo on for the bass trombone, because there's not a bass trombone. So there's that. Okay, now my mouse is starting to lag a little bit. We've got too much going on for the computer here. Okay, let's get on to the other things. So yeah, I don't have a melody written over that yet. I thought about doing a chromosome sort of thing. Is basically the point. So then there's this other section I've got the foundation for. Here we go. So this is sort of a drums get to go crazy section, or maybe soloist, something like that. So that's, I don't know. Yeah, that's the idea I have for this section. I haven't, again, no melody for that yet. Maybe this would be the time for the chromosome kind of melody. I did change that note to an octave down. Maybe I'll have that motion happen elsewhere in the band. That was my original thought on it anyway. But you can hear that the 7/4 pattern alternates now. We've got 4/4/3/3 and then 4/3/3/4. I'm sure you heard that the first time. Sorry, let me zoom in because I have some friends have let me know before that when I'm streaming, like, of course, everybody's watching on mobile devices. That's what we all do. And it can be hard to see if I'm zoomed way out. So I will zoom in for you. So I thought it might be nice to have the either just bass or bass and drums bring this section in. And then on this note, have everybody just like bash in. I've gone back and forth between having it be that note okay, and this note. Just copy it over. I didn't do the second one because I feel like it doesn't sound as good jumping up. It sounds more awkward to me, the second one. But, you know, if I flesh out a big drop on that beat above it in the rest of the band, it might work out. It might work out okay. So I'll give that a shot. This might be the time for the... It might be time for the chromosome melody. I was just kind of having a burst of that in my head. Alright, next, my friends. This is the most fleshed out part of it I have. And I think you'll like this. This is going to be after we've been just jamming on 7/8 for a while. You're going to want to break from that. And this is that break. And it's a good break. Here's the drum groove. Okay, so there's the drum groove. And then I just wanted to separate this out so I could scroll up for you here. The bass line, I should go in the score manager and solo this. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to solo these out. So here's the drum and bass line. Okay, there's the bass line. I'm so excited about this. This sounds so cool to me. I'm also just kind of hoping the bass player has a 5 string. We're going all the way down to what, C on this. So yeah, I'm hoping the bass player has a 5 string. Um, this is the double bar. Yeah, okay. So then over that, I've got the bari and bass trombone helping with the bass line. But over that, I've got this melody in. I did have it in. No, I want to leave it in flugels and soprano is where I put it, and that's a that could be a nasal sounding mixture, but I'm hoping the smoothness is what comes out. But it's on flugels and soprano, just so you know the instrumentation. You won't be able to see the soprano. And then it gets fleshed out and added onto. Here's the melody. Or sorry, better unmute everything or unsolo these things. And then, okay, here's the melody. Okay, if you don't like that, I don't I don't know what to say. Like that's some of the funkiest stuff I've ever written down. But okay, so those are the ideas. And I kind of like to work by spending a little bit of time with like bouncing around between each of them. It sort of forces me to I don't know, it forces cohesion, I think, is how I feel about it. So I scrolled too far. There we go. I forgot that it's kind of lagging a little bit. So you can scroll left and right by holding shift and then scrolling the mouse wheel. But if I go to town on that, it like will lag and then take forever to catch up. This snare, I don't know what's happening with the snare thing. Every time this intro happens, it plays this rim shot like weird, and it really is annoying to me. But I haven't been able to do anything about it, unfortunately. Maybe I could make it a smaller value note. Will that fix it? See what I mean? It's just like a little bit too long for a grace note. There's probably a setting. I bet there's a setting in here. Grace notes. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Oh, those are mostly. There we go. Playback duration. Set duration. Bro. I guess just go one smaller. Still feels a little too large to me, but whatever. So this at this point. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to mention. I've got slashes on the piano part here, except for the bass line. I didn't want to write chords. Yeah, I didn't want to write chords because I would have to write like F7, but then it's over this bass line that's got a B natural in it. I guess I could still, I don't know, I could still write like F minor 7 and it would be fine. Like I think because I put the bass cues here, so hopefully the pianist sees the bass cues and navigates that appropriately. But basically, I'm going to write something along the lines of, like, sparsely and freely over here, and then kind of build up to a climactic moment here where the rest of the band has come in. So, I wasn't sure. I don't know. I just kind of threw this build up down pretty quickly. It starts in the trombones. Yeah, the bass trombone there. At first, it's playing the note. It's like grabbing onto the note to the note that's in the bass line, and then like holding it out. So check that out. And then it stops doing that. Like that goes away pretty quickly. Um, but it still happens several times. It's just not the rule gets broken. So, sorry, my eyes are already getting tired. Um, I'm thinking about how much, how little I like that note, though, for it to be picking up on the first note of the bass line. Um, hmm. I wonder if I could grab this, put it here. Ugh. It's like one note too long. Yeah, I wonder if I could grab the. Let's get rid of that. Add a dot onto here. Attach this to here. This is the part that, like, the workflow is just, if you know all the shortcuts and everything, helps out a lot. And then down an octave. How about that? What if I followed the bass line from then on? Like that. Well, let me adjust, get the articulation right on. Nope. So get the articulation right on that. Does it need another trombone on this, and then it moves to a different note? Let's see. What if I did this? I need to attach this dynamic or it's gonna blow out the volume, the balance. I'm not sold on that top part, just so you know, just so we're all clear. I'm aware. I don't like the way it sounds. It just sounds kind of contrite. Okay. I like that better than... You know what? I think I don't like the order of these two notes. I would rather them swap. So here's what I can do. Select all that, Control X to cut it. Select all that, Control click to paste it, and then Control V what I've got selected to paste the stuff I copied a second ago, and now I've got them. I need them to swap notes. Select it, number 7 to move it up a diatonic step, number 6 to move it down. Boom. Let's go. Oh, you know what? Now I know why I had the... A flat first because that's the note that's in the bass line. I don't know about it. Okay, I don't want to get hung up on that one spot, but I want to do something differently. So, why don't I do... I think I'm going to have this trombone come in here. Here. There we go. Let's see, I think 4 is mezzo... No, I think 6 is mezzo piano. Yeah. So then what I may have this trombone do is that. And I've got to give this trombone player a break at some point. You know, bass trombone, they're not gonna, they do not need to try to hold this thing all week here. They need a breath. So I think a good place to do it will be right here. Everybody else is playing during this time. We can get that phrase going. If I did it over here, then I would be catching this little lick too by the first trombone. I don't want the bass trombones like note restart to happen in the middle of this little phrase, or it's gonna feel like it kind of goes with it in a weird way. That's not what I'm looking for. So I'll have the bass trombone player start there, non-accented. I'm gonna put these big phrase markings so everybody knows this is a big long phrase of build-up time. We're gonna go nuts with this. I don't want to do too many. Like I could have. I see that this is in the way of that accent, and I almost fixed it. I don't want to do much of that right now because it might fix itself when I get out of scroll view like that, or if I move something around, I might not even keep the stupid slur. So like I don't need to spend extra time adjusting it right now. And that's me narrating to you as much as it is me telling myself that, that. Um, let's see how this sounds now with that change. I think it might be pretty cool. This, I think we're really tied to that trombone sound if I'm gonna have. Yeah, I knew I had the alto sax on it as well. That trombone sounds a little more. It's gonna be a little more dominant there. I think I'm gonna have the trombone continue the line up and have the sax take the gritty note of that D flat, B flat there. I know I really haven't explained a whole lot of this part, but I don't know. So let's do it. I started like picking from the bass notes, right? That's why I made this decision right here to go with this A flat instead of the G and just bring it down to the G. Uh, I'll decide later whether I want that note to change there or halfway through the bar. Air quotes around halfway for you. Uh, so, I don't know, I don't know what I really had planned for this. I didn't have anything planned really. I just started writing out this build up. I kept everything close together though. That may be my mistake. So I brought this up to this E flat, then I've got the G right above it, A flat, B flat. Now I'm like, now I've got 3 bars to go up to this, in this trumpet range, in the treble clef range, to get from middle B flat to like somewhere up here that makes it feel climactic. I may need to cover more ground earlier on in this build up so that I don't have to, so it feels like a more natural progression toward the end. So it doesn't feel like a huge exponential slam toward the end of the lick. Because what it sounds like right now sounds like it lulls around for a second and then the last 2 bars get intense for no reason. Yeah, and it doesn't even feel intense. It just, I don't know. There's not even intensity to it because it's not, I would want it to be something like that. Up in that range that has like more intensity. Just put them a nice half step apart. But yeah, that's what I'm kind of. That's what I'd like a little more of. And maybe I need everybody to change on that last beat or not. I don't know. So then I guess the next question is, do I want this? I want to throw this down on the second trombone. Did somebody else do that lick? No. So I'll do my trick from earlier to make this happen. There, swap the parts. And then maybe I should take this note up somewhere. I should go higher up with it. So I've got this E flat. I just pointed to my screen with my finger. You can't see that. I've got this E flat here in the flugel on this bar. If I can do it here, I can kind of cover that pitch that I want to hear in the trombone, and I can move up from there, so I don't have to cover it here. So let's move up. I'm covering a G up here in this flugel, so let's just get to that earlier. That's what I was hoping for anyway. I'll make a decision about the last note, G, and then what do I want? Another kind of placeholder note like C, the fifth. It's not going to do a whole lot of work for me, but now let's hear it. And when I said that about the C, I was talking about it's not going to be a colorful note that happens there. But I might change it. I'm just trying to see if this sort of idea works more than anything. So let's copy that over. Oh, please. Yeah, if you move one tiny bit to the left of that note, it will definitely notice. Alright, let's play this back. Go down to where the bass starts. Might as well catch the beginning of it. I definitely want that note change to happen in the second part of the bar. So I can just do this not gonna need the, not that tie. And then that tied for me. Alright, I've got to shut down actually and head to some rehearsals, so I'm gonna have to stop streaming for now and get ready for that because I didn't realize what time it was. So I will get back to this soon, and I'll see you next time.